Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Fiona Lovely here. Not Your Mother's Menopause podcast, Making Hormones Make Sense. It seems to me that I'm doing some more Facebook Lives and less podcasts at the moment. So hopefully that's working for you. And if you know someone who can benefit from the information that I share, please forward them to this page. They can also go to my website, which is drlovely.com. I hope everyone's having a good week so far. It's turned chilly here in Western Canada, as it tends to do at this time of the year. And it seems to be the battle between, does the bum warmer go on heat? Does it go off altogether? Do I put it on cool? But I've still got my Birkenstocks on, so life is good. But I am wearing a jacket today. It hasn't snowed yet, touch wood. It's only a matter of time. Anyways, for those of you that are still in the natural disaster zones, know that we are thinking of you and hoping that blue skies and sunshine returns soon. And hopefully, if you're in one of the wildfire zones, we get lots of rain too on those areas. That's been closer to home for me. Anyways, I thought I would take a moment today and talk about leaky gut. And this is a term that gets used often with functional medicine practitioners. And you may have even heard me use it and wondered, what the hell is leaky gut? Well, I'm about to inform you. So I am, of course, talking about the intestinal lining. And specifically here, I'm talking about the small intestine, which is the part that goes essentially from the stomach to the colon. And the colon is the last bit of the digestive tract before you get to the rectum and the anus, okay? So this is all digestive related to your food. So what happens is some parts of the lining of the gut, specifically in the small intestine, are as narrow as one cellular width, okay? And what can happen is certain foods, let's talk about grains, because wheat in particular, wheat is a big one. And, you guys know, if you listen to the podcast, I'm wheat free. So it's not that I'm trying to vilify one particular food item. It's just that's the one that's been genetically modified the longest. So it tends to be that our body doesn't recognize it as a foodstuff. And when that happens, you get something called intestinal permeability, and you get openings or tiny pores that happen in the gut where the foodstuffs will leak out into the abdomen. Okay, and when that happens, the immune system goes on high alert and sends in all of its soldiers to try to take care of business. But part of that cascade is that your body, over time, if it keeps seeing the foodstuffs in the gut, which it should never see, in the abdomen, which it should never see, right? Food things should only ever be inside the gut, okay, which is the tube that goes from the mouth to the anus, which technically is outside the body, even though it's inside the body, just to confuse things further. Anyways, so over time, as your body sees these things in the abdomen where they should never be, you start to launch an immune response. And part of that immune response is that you build an antibody to the foodstuffs. And if we're talking about wheat, you get something called a gliadin or a gliadin antibody. It's the same thing. It's just pronounced differently depending on who's talking, I suppose. And that's something now that can be measured in the blood, and that means you have a reaction to wheat. But it can be corn, it can be sugar, it can be eggs or soy or dairy. All of those things are very, very common when it comes to an allergic reaction or the kinds of food things that can find its way into the body other than inside the gut, okay? So what happens with leaky gut, by the way, they're doing renovations upstairs, so I don't know if you can hear that thumping, but I don't know why they have to do it right this very second. Anyways, what happens over time then, again, you launch an antibody response, and that can be part of the autoimmune cascade that is such a huge topic in healthcare right now. So many women having autoimmune conditions, everything from Hashimoto's thyroiditis to lupus to celiac disease to diabetes to MS, you name it. Those are all autoimmune, and there's a whole host of others too, very, very common. So the other thing that I want to tell you about is that when you're talking about leaky gut, you're actually talking about one of the things that causes major inflammation in the system. And a few Facebook Lives back, I was talking about how inflammation has been connected to depression. Sorry, that's very distracting. I hope you can't hear that. I wonder what they're doing up there. Anyways, inflammation, depression. This is one of the biggies in terms of getting the inflammation out of the system so that you're not having the depressive symptoms or autoimmunity or food allergic reactions or migraines or tummy aches or whatever it is for you that is connected to leaky gut. Chances are gut's probably connected in some way or another, even if it seems to be completely at the other end of the body. It's amazing. Anyways, I hope there was something helpful here for you today, and I'm always happy to see people pop in and watch as I'm talking, and I send you love, and I hope you're safe and warm and provided for wherever you are. Much love. Mwah. Bye-bye.